Welcome to episode 2 of The Long Way Forward. Thanks for joining us. The title of this episode is Why Is It Sometimes So Hard to Start? Now, starting is strange. You can want something deeply, to improve, to get healthier, to lead better, to manage your time better, to deliver better results, and still nothing changes. You don't move. You think about it, you plan it, you research it, maybe you overthink it, but you don't start. And that gap between intention and action creates frustration. If you're like me, sometimes you find yourself, or you found yourself, in the same place a few weeks or months later, and that thing still hasn't started. This episode is about why that happens, why that gap exists, and why it is not a character flaw. You see, starting forces visibility, self-visibility. The moment you start something, you confront reality. If you want to get fitter, you confront your current conditioning. If you want to manage time better, you see how you're currently using it. And if you want to lead better, you confront where you've been inconsistent, where you haven't led well. And that confrontation is uncomfortable. And human beings, all of us, avoid discomfort extremely well. The human desire to avoid pain or discomfort is stronger than the desire for reward. Now, I don't believe most people are lazy. I think sometimes they're overloaded. We live in an environment where advice is constant. Information is everywhere. Productivity systems, monitoring routines, leadership models, environmental responsibility, health optimization. The messages are everywhere. It's too much. Now, when the brain sees too many moving parts, it stalls. You see, when I moved from delivering parcels into operations, I remember feeling like I had to improve everything all at once, reinvent the wheel. Communication, efficiency, systems, leadership presence. Now, that expectation, that self-expectation, the weight of it slowed me down quite a bit. What actually helped was narrowing focus, working on one thing at a time, one behavior, one improvement, repeated consistently until it became habit. That was my sustainable starting point. Now, progress starts smaller, mostly, than your ambition wants it to. We want to move so fast, but it's not always possible. Now, that's not weakness, by the way. It's strategy. Where I work, in the environmental industry, in systems dealing with that, you don't overhaul everything overnight. You measure first, you assess, then you adjust, you stabilize, and you decide what to work on next, looking at all the options. Personal growth works roughly the same way. Now remember, here's a practical method around personal growth. Instead of asking, how do I fix my life? You ask, what is one behavior that I can repeat, one new thing that I can repeat daily without burning out, without adding too much burden? One behavior that will benefit me in the future. Now, it might be reviewing tomorrow's schedule for 5 minutes at the start of the day, or at the end of the day, better yet. It's the best thing you can do at the end of the day. Take 5, think about tomorrow, what's most important. Or maybe taking an honest look at your week, looking back, looking at what you've done, what you've achieved. Having one difficult conversation that you've been avoiding. Have you ever had that difficult conversation that you've been putting off, and you have it, and you walk away, and you feel what? Relief. You feel great. Now, That one little thing that you do every week, it could be something as simple as remembering to greet the receptionist on the way into the office, or remembering someone's name. How will that benefit you? Well, it'll change their day, and it'll benefit you because they won't think you're ignorant because you care enough to remember their name. But most of us scurry into the office buried deep in thought, and we leave a wreckage behind us. Now remember, small actions like that reduce the barriers that we encounter. They reduce resistance. And if we can just decide on that one thing, that's clarity beating intensity. Now, intensity might feel productive. You're in the middle of a storm. But clarity, nailing one thing, is actually what's productive. See, if you know what matters first, starting becomes lighter. It's not easy, but it's lighter because you know what you're doing. Starting isn't about confidence. Confidence follows repetition. That's when you've got something right. Starting is about choosing where to start, what to work on. You're choosing clarity over comfort. You're getting outside your comfort zone and doing something. And once you begin, momentum begins. It feels very different. So, if you're someone who wants to do better in life, this is for you. If you don't really know where to start, this is for you. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you've read the books, watched the videos, heard all the advice, and it still feels messy. Well, if that's you, this podcast is for you. This is The Long Way Forward. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on future episodes of The Long Way Forward.